Hi, how's it going? Welcome back to Loft 801. My name is Diego, and today I'm going to be talking about Sin City. I am so excited to talk about this review because I genuinely really loved Sin City. It was released on April 1st, 2005, and it is a quartet of black and white neo-noir stories with star-studded casts directed by Frank Miller and Robert Rodriguez. Now, before I hop into my review, I gotta go through my spiel. If you want to support the channel, please take a second to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I will literally love you forever and ever. Moving forward, be aware that this review will contain some heavy spoilers, so continue at your own risk. Lastly, if there's ever something that you want to see reviewed, don't forget to let me know by leaving a comment down below and I will get to it very slowly, but I will surely get to it. Thank you. I'm hopping in 3, 2, 1. Story 1 is the big fat kill. Shelly is harassed by Jackie Boy, who gets beat up by Dwight McCarthy. These are some sick freaking names. Come on, you gotta enjoy this. Jackie Boy and his thugs go to Old Town and harass Becky, a young prostitute. Dwight follows and goes to help, but Gail, Dwight's on and off lover, has Miho kill Jackie Boy and his friends. It's then revealed that Jackie Boy is the police hero cop, and the cops' truce with the prostitutes will end and leave them open to attacks by the mob. Dwight, Gail, and the other girls unite to fight off the mob, but are betrayed by Becky. To be completely honest, this may have been my favorite story in the entire quartet. I loved how over the top, gritty, and cheesy it was. The tone was perfect, and the monologue voiceovers by Clive Owen helped set up the Sin City universe. Additionally, I loved the chemistry with Gail, played by Rosario Dawson. They looked toxic, but good together. The other cast members were also great, especially Benicio del Toro. The pace was fantastic, and everything was fleshed out nicely, so I would easily watch this short again, and I gave it a 10 out of 10. Now, for the sake of continuity, I'm going to cover up next The Customer Is Always Right. It's only a few minutes long, and it's split up into 2 parts, and each part serves as an interlude. In part 1, the salesman walks onto a penthouse balcony with the customer. He offers to save her, and they kiss before he shoots her in the back. He monologues saying he will never know more about her, but he'll get paid in the morning. In part 2, Becky from the Big Fat Kill is on the run, and she bumps into the salesman. He offers her a cigarette, and the interlude ends, implying that he killed her. I enjoyed this 2-part short because it helped pace the film nicely. I also enjoyed the storytelling and implications from the ending. Lastly, I loved the beautiful penthouse balcony, and I loved how nonchalant the salesman was. He was certainly mysterious and a badass. I gave this 2-parter a 9 out of 10. Up next, I'm going to cover The Hard Goodbye because it was my second favorite short. Mickey Rourke plays a monster of a man, Marv. He has a one-night stand with the beautiful and kind Goldie, but he awakens to find her murdered. He hunts down several leads, which reveal the Rourke family was behind the murder. As he goes to their farm, he gets attacked by a woman who looks like Goldie, but he thinks it's a hallucination. On the farm, he's subdued by Goldie's killer, a cannibal named Kevin. Marv eventually finds out that Cardinal Patrick Henry Rourke arranged for Goldie's murder and escapes. He visits Old Town for more information and gets attacked by Wendy, Goldie's twin sister. Misunderstandings aside, they go to a farm and Marv kills Kevin. He then visits Cardinal Rourke, who confesses to being a cannibal with Kevin. Marv then kills him and is subsequently arrested and executed by electric chair. This short was equally as outlandish as the Big Fat Kill. However, I would argue that it is a little bit darker in tone, which I loved. The mystery behind who killed Goldie was very engaging, and I loved how Marv isn't entirely stable in the head. He's unsure if he killed her until he meets Kevin, played by Elijah Wood, who does a fantastic job playing a psycho, serial-killing cannibal. The acting by the entire cast is great, and I love the sinister involvement of the church with the murders. I think it's so cool how the protagonist Marv does everything right, but still dies in the end. It goes to show how Sin City is a corrupt and sinful place. The Hard Goodbye is an awesome short, and I gave it a 10 out of 10. The final short, The Yellow Bastard, is also told in 2 parts, and it is unfortunately my least favorite of the quartet. In part 1, Officer John Hardigan tries to stop serial child killer and rapist Rourke Jr. Jr. is the son of Senator Rourke and bribes the police to cover up his crimes. As we found out in the previous quartet, the Rourkes are a powerhouse in this city. Thankfully, Hardigan saves Nancy Callahan and stops Rourke Jr. by shooting off his ear, his hand, and his genitals. deservedly. Unfortunately, Hartigan's partner shoots him in the back and he passes out. In part 2, Hartigan is recovering in a hospital when Senator Rourke arrives to tell him he will be framed for the crimes, and if he tells the truth, his family will die. He goes to jail for 8 years, but a grateful Nancy writes him a letter every week. Eventually, the letter stops and he receives a severed finger, so he confesses to the crimes to go on parole. He searches for Nancy and finds her as an exotic dancer. This is where it gets a little bit strange, because she confesses her love for him and desire to be with him. A little bit later, Hartigan is ambushed by a deformed Rourke Jr. and he kidnaps Nancy. Hartigan tracks them down at the Rourke farm and kills Jr. before sending Nancy away to safety. The quartet ends with Hartigan committing suicide. Now, The Yellow Bastard was a great short, however, I didn't think it was the best one, mostly because of the romantic plot. The chemistry between Nancy and Hartigan felt really weird because he viewed her like a daughter, so it kind of gave me an ick. Other than that, I really enjoyed the plot and how Rourke Jr. planned his revenge. I also really liked how Jr. is the only character with color in the entire quartet. He is a slimy yellow color and looks disgusting. On top of that, I liked the acting by Bruce Willis and Jessica Alba. The Yellow Bastard may not have been my favorite short, but I really appreciated how it further expanded the Sin City universe. So I gave that short an 8.3 out of 10. Overall, I really enjoyed Sin City. It was an awesome black and white neo-noir quartet of stories. There were awesome voiceovers and gritty characters, the acting was amazing, and the cast was fantastic. Things were over the top and violent, the stories were dark and didn't all have happy endings. The cinematography and soundtrack created an insane tone and helped bring Sin City to life. In many ways, I felt like I was watching the seediness of Gotham City on the big screen. I loved it, so I gave Sin City a 9.3 out of 10. I know there's a sequel to Sin City, and despite not being hailed as great as the original, I will definitely be watching it. In the meantime, I would recommend watching Sin City, especially if you like dark, gritty neo-noir, comic-style movies. Anyways, thank you for listening to my review of Sin City. If you enjoyed the content and want to support the channel, don't forget to leave a like and hit subscribe. If you did not enjoy the content, thank you for sticking around. Seriously, I appreciate it. As always, I would love to read what you have to say, so if you have a comment, leave it down below, and I will respond as soon as I can. Also, if you want to see something reviewed, don't forget to let me know, and I will get to it slowly but surely. Lastly, if you want to see some more from me, you can check out my vlogs linked up above, or my podcast, Good Friends. Once again, thank you. My name is Diego, and I will see you next time.